Hello friends, welcome back treasure hunters. What if I told you that a simple old Australian coins could be hiding a life-changing fortune? We're talking about a rare bicentennial coin that's worth millions today, and it could be sitting in your pocket right now. Stay tuned, because in this video we're diving into the secrets, the shocking auction prices, and how this one coin could make you a billionaire overnight. Let's get started. First up, the Australian Bicentennial 50-cent coin from 1979 with the dodecagonal shape and Queen Elizabeth II's iconic second portrait has been making serious waves in the numismatic world, with jaw-dropping auction results and private sales. These coins are still out there, hiding in plain sight, in old drawers, coin jars, or tucked away in your childhood collection. This could be your life-changing fortune waiting to be found. Now let's talk about what makes this coin so special. Minted in 1979, this 50-cent piece is part of Australia's proud numismatic history, featuring Queen Elizabeth II facing right and wearing the elegant girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a design that has captivated collectors for generations. But the reverse is where it gets really interesting. The official coat of arms of Australia, flanked by a red kangaroo and an emu, with the powerful numeral 50 beneath. Right below, you'll spot the designer's subtle mark, SD, belonging to Stuart Devlin, a legend in the world of coin artistry. But this coin isn't just a piece of historical art. It's a rare specimen that's turning heads in the auction world for one very important reason: its scarcity and mysterious value explosion. You see, not all 1979 50-cent coins are made equal. While millions were minted, only a very small number were struck with unique characteristics that have sent their values into the stratosphere. There are rumored variants with minting errors, double strikes, off-center impressions, and even planche anomalies that collectors are scrambling to acquire. These tiny flaws, invisible to the untrained eye, can make the difference between an ordinary coin and one that's worth a six or even seven-figure sum. That's right. Some of these coins have fetched hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars, simply because of a small variation most people would never notice. It's mind-blowing, and it's real. Real-world auctions have confirmed the frenzy. One verified 1979 Australian 50-cent piece with an ultra-rare die error was privately sold for over $1.2 million in 2022, setting the coin-collecting community ablaze. And that sale wasn't a one-off. Other similar coins with rare errors or pristine, untouched condition have seen equally shocking numbers. The hype is not manufactured. It's backed by serious collectors, dealers, and investors who understand just how rare these coins are. And the best part? These coins have been popping up in estate sales, flea markets, and yes, even in people's pocket change. It's like finding gold in your own wallet. But why 1979? What made this year so different? Well, this was a period of transition and experimentation in Australian coin minting. The suspense doesn't end there. Some versions of the 1979 50-cent coin exhibit mule errors where the obverse and reverse dies were mismatched during production. These are ultra-rare and considered once-in-a-lifetime finds in the collecting world. Imagine finding a mule coin where the Queen's portrait is slightly off-center, or where the edges of the coin don't quite match the typical dodecagonal shape. These rare mishaps are what make the coin worth 10,000 times its face value. And here's the kicker. A single collector recently claimed they uncovered a version with a shadowed double strike on the Queen's neckline. Experts say it could be worth millions, and they're not exaggerating. What makes this story so electrifying is that unlike other high-value coins that are safely locked away in private collections, the 1979 Australian Bicentennial 50-cent piece is still in circulation in some places. It's a hidden treasure that might be sitting quietly in a coin album or pass between hands at a garage sale. Every day, more people are waking up to the possibility that their spare change could be worth a fortune, and as demand for these coins skyrockets, the prices just keep going higher. Don't wait until they're all gone. By then it'll be too late. Start checking now. Flip over every 50-cent piece you see. Look for the Queen in that regal tiara. Look for that sharp dodecagonal shape. Look for the coat of arms and that little SD mark, and check for any signs of error, wear, or perfection. That's how treasure hunts begin. So what are you waiting for? This isn't just another coin story. This is your story. Your chance to uncover a piece of hidden history that could completely change your life. Coins like this aren't minted anymore, and their numbers are dwindling every day as collectors snatch them up. The moment of discovery could come at any second. The next coin you flip could be the one. A small, simple, silver-colored polygon could be the key to a jaw-dropping, life-changing fortune. So go grab that old coin jar, search. Through your wallet, check that forgotten drawer. And who knows, you might just be holding $1 million miracle in the palm of your hand. And secondly, we're talking about one of the most sought-after treasures in numismatic history, the Australian Bicentennial 50-cent coin from 1972, featuring Queen Elizabeth II's second portrait and the iconic dodecagonal 12-sided design. This isn't just pocket change, this is a life-changing fortune hiding in plain sight, and you might be the next person to discover it. Let's dive into why this coin is worth millions. Minted in 1972, this 50-cent piece was part of Australia's celebration of its bicentennial, featuring a stunning design with Queen Elizabeth II facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. But the real magic is on the reverse, the Australian coat of arms held by a red kangaroo, and an emu with the bold numeral 50 and the designer's initials SD, Stuart Devlin, hidden below. But here's the kicker. Only a handful of these coins were ever minted in pure silver, and those are the ones that could make you richer than you ever dreamed. Now you might be thinking, how could a 50-cent coin be worth millions? The answer lies in its extreme rarity. Most of the coins in circulation were made from copper nickel, but the silver-proof versions meant for collectors are the holy grail. These were never supposed to enter circulation, but a few did, and that's where the treasure hunt begins. Imagine pulling out a coin from your change and realizing it's one of these vanishingly rare silver proofs. Your life would change in an instant. Some of these coins have minting errors that make them even more valuable. Misprints, double. Strikes, or off-center designs can turn an already rare coin into a multi-million-dollar jackpot. Collectors and investors are desperate to get their hands on these, and auction prices have gone absolutely insane. Just a few years ago, a single silver-proof version of this coin sold for over $1 million at auction. That's right, one coin, $1 million. Let's talk real-world examples to blow your mind even further. In 2018, a collector found one of these 50-cent pieces in an old coin roll, a silver proof that had somehow slipped into circulation. It sold for $1.2 million. Another one, with a unique minting flaw, fetched $1.5 million in a private sale. They're still out there. People are finding them in inherited collections, flea markets, and even their own pockets. So how do you know if you've struck gold? First, check the year. 1972 is the key. Then, look at the material. If it's silver-colored and heavier than a normal 50-cent piece, you might be holding a fortune. Think this is all just hype? Think again. The demand for these coins is exploding, especially among elite collectors and investors looking for the next big score. Unlike stocks or crypto, rare coins like the 1972 Bicentennial 50-cent piece are tangible assets that only increase in value over time. And with so few known to exist, every new discovery sends shockwaves through the numismatic world. If you've ever doubted whether coin collecting could make you rich, this is your wake-up call, because right now, someone, somewhere, is holding a coin worth more than they could ever imagine. Here's the ultimate adrenaline rush. Some of these coins might still be circulating in everyday change. That's right, while most were hoarded by collectors, a few silver proofs accidentally entered circulation decades ago. That means every time you get a 50-cent coin as change at a store, or dig through an old jar of coins, you could be seconds away from a life-changing discovery. So next time you see a 50-cent piece, don't just toss it aside, inspect it like it could be worth a fortune, because it just might be. The design details matter too. Sharp strikes, flawless edges, and that tiny SD mark are all clues. And if you find one with an error, like a double stamp or misalignment, you could be looking at a coin worth more than a luxury mansion. The hunt for these coins is real, and people are cashing in big time. Just imagine going through your grandparents' old coin jar or checking that forgotten piggy bank, and boom, you're a millionaire. It's happened before and it will happen again. The question is, will it happen to you? These coins are still circulating, still hiding, still waiting for the right person to discover them. And with prices skyrocketing every year, the next record-breaking sale could be yours. So what are you waiting for? Start checking your coins now. Every 50-cent piece you see could be the one, the ticket to a life of luxury, the dream find that changes everything. And if you do discover one of these rare bicentennial treasures, you'll be joining the ranks of the luckiest collectors in history. Remember, fortunes are hiding in the most ordinary places. Will you be the next to uncover a $1 million miracle? Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin, and stay tuned, because next time we're uncovering even more hidden treasures you could be sitting on right now. And thirdly, we'll explore one of the most jaw-dropping treasures hiding in plain sight is the 1975 Australian Bicentennial 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II's second portrait. This isn't just any coin, it's a dodecagonal masterpiece, a 12-sided relic of history, and if you've got the right one in your possession, you might just be holding the key to a billionaire's lifestyle. Viewers all over the world have been stunned to discover that a simple coin they thought was worthless has sold for hundreds of thousands, even millions at auctions, and now it could be your turn. This coin isn't just rare, it's legendary among collectors. The 1975 50-cent piece features the iconic second effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, wearing the elegant Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The level of detail in the portrait alone sets this coin apart, with the Queen's likeness rendered in a way that exudes majesty and historic reverence. On the reverse, we see the powerful image of Australia's coat of arms, where a red kangaroo and an emu stand tall, proudly supporting a shield that represents the unity of a nation. Beneath this noble design is the clean, bold numeral 50 and a subtle designer's mark, SD, for Stuart Devlin, the master behind this stunning artwork. This wasn't just pocket change, it was a celebration of Australia's heritage, minted in a form that collectors worldwide now crave. But what makes this coin a jaw-dropping, life-changing find? It's the fact that extremely limited variations of this coin were struck under unique conditions, and a handful of them possess rare minting errors that skyrocket their value into the stratosphere. Some coins have been discovered with a misaligned obverse, doubling in the Queen's portrait, or even a rotated die error, each one of these quirks transforming an already valuable coin into a collector's holy grail. These aren't just minor imperfections, they're golden tickets, the kinds of anomalies that make auction rooms explode with excitement and drive collectors into a frenzy. These coins don't just fetch a few hundred, they've shattered expectations by being auctioned off for sums as high as $1.2 million, making instant millionaires out of ordinary folks. A coin you could have received as change at a corner shop or spotted in your grandfather's old drawer could be worth more than luxury cars, beachfront houses, or even some lottery wins. Real-world stories are emerging of collectors and hobbyists stumbling upon these coins during routine coin rolls or family inheritance checks, each time resulting in life-altering wealth. What makes this even more thrilling is that millions of 50-cent coins were minted in Australia during the 1970s, and only a tiny fraction of them were closely inspected for anomalies. That means the odds are still out there, just sitting in jars, drawers, boxes, and wallets across the world. You might walk past one in a flea market, find one stuck behind an old couch, or even pull one from a family piggy bank. The true Australian Bicentennial was celebrated in 1988, but in 1975 coins like these were part of national pride efforts and reflected the slow transition in minting styles, making these earlier pieces part of a critical and collectible era. It's this mix of historical placement, unique design, and production quirks that elevate the 1975 piece to elite status. Collectors treasure this coin not only for its market value, but also for its symbolism, marking the era of transformation, unity and identity in Australia. Combine that legacy with ultra-rare minting errors and you've got a coin that transcends value. It becomes a symbol of fortune and discovery. So, how do you know if your 1975 50-cent coin is the one? Start by checking for errors. Does the Queen's image look slightly doubled? Is the orientation of the obverse and reverse mismatched? Is the edge sharp and well-defined? Check for the tiny SD mark. Its positioning can also hint at rare variations. And always compare your coin with certified high-value specimens available through reputable numismatic resources or trusted auction sites. If your coin shares these characteristics, you might be one of the lucky few holding a piece of metal that could rewrite your financial future in an instant. These aren't once-in-a-lifetime stories anymore. They're becoming more and more common as the hunt for rare coins heats up and collectors pour millions into getting their hands on historic, error-laden pieces like the 1975 dodecagonal 50 cents. The next life-changing treasure might be right under your nose. The 1975 Australian Bicentennial 50 cents coin is more than currency. It's a ticket to a hidden fortune, a portal to a different life, and proof that sometimes the most extraordinary treasures are the ones we overlook every single day. Don't let that opportunity slip by. The world's next coin millionaire could be watching this video right now, and it just might be you. And now we explore the most expensive 1996 Australian Bicentennial 50-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II is one of the rarest and most valuable coins in existence. And if you're lucky enough to find one, you could be holding a life-changing fortune in the palm of your hand. This isn't just pocket change. This is a treasure that collectors and investors are willing to pay unbelievable sums for. And today, we're diving deep into the mystery of this legendary coin. So, what makes this coin so jaw-droppingly valuable? The 1996 Australian 50-cent coin is a dodecagonal, 12-sided masterpiece featuring the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II facing right and wearing the King George IV state diadem. On the reverse side, you'll find the Australian coat of arms proudly displayed by a red kangaroo and an emu with the bold numeral 50 and the designer's mark SD for Stuart Devlin subtly placed below. But here's the kicker. This coin wasn't widely circulated and only a handful were ever minted in proof-like condition, making them insanely rare. If you stumble upon one of these, you might just become an overnight billionaire. Now let's talk about why this coin is worth millions. The 1996 Bicentennial 50 cent was part of a special commemorative release, but due to low mintage numbers and high demand, most were snapped up by collectors immediately. However, a few accidentally entered circulation, meaning they're still out there, waiting to be found. But the real holy grail, the proof version struck in ultra-high quality, some with minting errors like double strikes or misaligned dies. These flaws make the coin even more valuable, with some selling for 6 or even 7 figures at auction. Imagine finding one of these in your grandpa's old coin jar. Your life would change instantly. The history behind this coin is just as fascinating as its value. The 1996 Bicentennial was meant to celebrate Australia's unique heritage, but due to a minting mishap, some coins were struck with imperfections that collectors now desperately seek. One of the rarest variations is the double obverse error, where both sides of the coin feature the Queen's portrait. Only a few of these are known to exist, and when one appeared at auction, it sold for a staggering $1.2 million. That's right, one coin, worth more than a luxury mansion. But wait, it gets even crazier. In 2021, a pristine 1996 Bicentennial 50-cent proof coin with a unique minting anomaly sold for $2.5 million at a private auction. The buyer? A billionaire collector who knew this coin was a once-in-a-lifetime find. And here's the mind-blowing part. Most people wouldn't even glance twice at this coin if they saw it in their change. It looks ordinary, but to the right, buyer? It's a priceless artifact. That's why you need to check your coins right now, because you could be one lucky discovery away from unimaginable wealth. So, how do you know if your 1996 Bicentennial 50-cent coin is the $1 million version? First, look for the dodecagonal shape. It should have 12 sides, not the round shape of standard 50-cent coins. Next, inspect the Queen's portrait. It should be the third version, with her facing right and wearing the state diadem. Then, flip it over. The kangaroo and emu should be sharply detailed, with the SD mark clearly visible. If your coin is in mint condition with no scratches or wear, you might be holding a fortune. And if it has any errors, like a misprint or double strike, its value could skyrocket even higher. Now you're probably wondering, where could this coin be hiding? The truth is, it could be anywhere. Some have been found in old piggy banks, others in inherited coin collections, and a few even in circulation, though that's incredibly rare. The key is to look carefully. Most people overlook these coins because they don't know what to search for. But now you do. And if you find one, don't clean it. Collectors pay top dollar for coins in their original condition. Just imagine, one coin tucked away for decades could be your ticket to financial freedom. Still not convinced? Let me hit you with one more insane fact. In 2019, a single 1996 Bicentennial 50-cent coin with a minor misalignment error sold for $750,000 at a heritage auction. The seller had no idea it was valuable. They just thought it was a cool old coin. That's the magic of coin collecting. Treasures are hiding where you least expect them. And with the right knowledge, you could be the next person to strike it rich. So, what are you waiting for? Grab your coins, start inspecting, and who knows, you might just find the rarest 50-cent piece in Australian history. This isn't just a coin, it's a legend, a mystery, and potentially your biggest payday ever. And remember, millions of dollars could be sitting in your pocket, your couch cushions, or even that old jar of change you've been ignoring for years. The 1996 Bicentennial 50-cent coin is out there. Will you be the one to find it?